Well, let us see what has the entire Blender community, be it developer, be it artist, be it everything Blender, what has been happened. Let us see. Pablo Viscas, the person over here. So there was a tangent node which had a very odd kind of UI, made it a very streamlined one. And the next thing was new split to instance node. What it actually does is, when you have a geometry nodes, these gods of geometry nodes, they have created a node that this is split to instance, this thing, and here the grid has been used, and with the help of a Voronoi texture, a noise texture, the different parts of the grid has been divided into different instances. For Pablo Viscas, Flaps, and also for Jacques Luke, because he have brought a new node in the town. After that, add mesh volume bounds estimation, and Clement Foucault, I don't know if I am pronouncing this right, but he has come up with the way the volumes will be appearing in the 3D viewport. One is fast and one is accurate. Fast will be, it will get the faster result, and accurate will be a lot slower but a very accurate one, as the word suggests. And when we see the accurate option in the cycles and the EV, almost similar. The only difference that is there is here. Clement Foucault, he is also a deserver of the claps. Actually, what I want to do is, I want you to go to Blender's website, open this website, and here, this button called donate. You need to click this button. And here we need to support these people, because very big companies are supporting, but if one of the companies is out of the game, it's very difficult for us to get such kind of softwares. So lots and lots of people are supporting it. So I would also like you to support it. If you want, you can donate it. If you want, you can become a monthly member. So please do it. And thanks to the Blender Development Fund, we are able to get these options for the cost of air, oxygen, which is free. Then skip bake if there is not enough VRAM. In the EV Next, they have added an option where if your computer can't handle itself, why to even start it? It will say right away, it's not going to happen, mister. This has been done by Michael Jones from the Apple company. Wholehearted level of claps. So you can use the metal GPU for rendering. Thank you very much, and thanks to the Blender Development Fund, as well as AMD RNA APUs are going to support cycle as well. It has been done by Brian Savory. We ought to give him claps. Then the next is UI configurable UI fonts. What actually means is, if you go to preferences, which is in the edit menu, and here in the themes section, you can come in the text style, and you can change this weight over here and down below, and you can make this text bold. It is useful for those people who are having difficulty in viewing the font in Blender. Then the next thing is adjust coat tint color intensity based on coat weight. What it actually does is, what used to happen was, we have these two different kinds of reflection. When we were changing the color, and right at the moment we go to 0, it will just snap back to the base color. But it is not going to happen from now on, and this is thanks to Alaska, and he too deserves our claps. Thank you very much, Alaska, who is helping Blender make beautiful. Use proper icons for nodes with UV map pickers. Thanks to Pablo Viscas, who was dealing with this thing. In the user interface, we used to have this type of icon. From now on, we are going to have the exact icon which is going to be used there, and these dots are going to be replaced by the respective icons. Add dynamic topology toggle to sculpt menu. Thanks to Campbell Barton, we will be able to find it in the search menu to toggle the dynamic topology. For this entire thing, we need to thank Blender Development Fund and all these people who are supporting Blender to grow and become even better each and every day. And also the developers who are working passionately so that we could get access to this wonderful technology at the price of an air. And these are some of the beautiful work that the Blender community has been coming up with. So this was by Lord Klembaustein. So he has created this beautiful artwork using Blender. The next was by Kinpro. He has also used this cloth type of material with the lint coming out of the cloth, and very beautiful texture, actually very beautiful texturing, very beautiful lighting, and also it's very compelling to see it. So until now we were seeing the developers part, the analytical people, the left-brained people, and now we are going to see the right-brained people who are going to come up with beautiful things. So the first thing was this thing. This was a concept orange juice ad by C Mark O. Very wonderfully done. It's really nice to look at. The next thing was, of course, Cartesian Caramel, the god of motion graphics in geometry nodes in Blender, coming up with beautiful and awesome things, flawless execution. Then the next thing was from Hemington under the node member. So this was probably his first work. So this is some kind of a abstract world. The next is the Yeti level. UV pack master for packing the UVs in a very efficient manner. This awesome person named Salman, he came up with an anime style visual appeal which was completely made using Blender, and this was by Yanni ZS. A very beautiful animation of a lot of intricate things. Then Martinez Jesse, Blender Resi. He says that he might not be Mr. Hubert, but I could see the potential here. Really nicely done. Then the next thing was by Blender Hub. And this is a free Blender add-on, by the way. This is useful for creating a blueprint of your 3D model. Nice and wonderful. Thank you very much, Blender Hub. You are deserving of these claps. And then Koala OK, after 10 years of with Blender, he has come up with this wonderful output. Isn't it great? Oh yeah, aren't you scary? Oh yeah. Nicely and wonderfully done. And for your hard work and your continuous thing, you also deserve claps. And so now this thing by Sam M. So what he has done is he has started this winding inductor and toroids in Blender, and it's procedural. Think of how beautifully they can design the products or any other thing clearly and in a very intuitive manner. Thank you, Sam, coming up with this. And because you have done a lot of work, you deserve a round of applause. So after this, the next thing is, this is also a very nice thing. So what Sanctus, the person, has done here is he has created a procedural anisotropic brushed metal kind of thing. So no UV required, no unwrapping required. It just works out of the box. Thank you very much, Sanctus, for coming up with this. And have the music of this thing. It's like he has his lives on rail. And he really nails his style. Really come up with it takes a really lot of time to come up with the style and come up with a style this beautifully. Of course you deserve the claps, but you deserve a longer round of claps. And this has been done using the grease pencil part of the Blender. This small little image by Wheezy. All my fellas, videos completely done using Blender by Ben_L_007. He must be a little brother of James Bond, presumably. This is also a very nice thing. This was done by Smouse, and he comes up with this thin film kind of effect, which is most popularly and mostly found out in Arnold renderer and Octane renderer. Now, thanks to Smouse, we can get this in Blender as well using his own system, which you can find out using the Twitter page of Smouse. This is the difference between Filmic and AGX. This was the older, I wouldn't say older, the prior version of rendering, and this is the newer version of rendering. This is the way the color will be depicted, and initially the emissions shader used to behave something like this, and it used to do something good, but this is how in real life things work. So thanks to Blender developers, Blender Development Fund, thanks to all the people who support Blender through Blender Development Fund, thanks to all that, we are getting these options, industry leading options. And this one, my god, by Banno Yuki, it has reached something like 20,000 love or likes on Twitter, and it is showing how precisely he has used rigging to get this awesome thing out of Blender. You also, my friend, I don't know if you are a friend or my elder brother or my younger brother, but you deserve a longer round of applause for the kind of work you have come up with. You really push the boundaries of the thought of what can be done using Blender. And this, well, Oswald, and before even coming up with anything, he just deserves a round of applause. Beautifully done. This one, using the Alive animation course. Alive animation course. Yes, Maxi has come up with this animated sequence. Beautifully done. You also deserve a round of applause. And the next thing is, oh, this. I don't know how Matthias Kapuwari has come up with this thing. It feels like it is out of an animated movie or animated, what I should say, out of a very popular game engine. And it feels flawless. Matthias Kawapuri, you deserve a big round of applause. A very big one. Cartesian caramel. This has been done using hair and geometry nodes, and this is live preview. I wonder what the other software companies will be thinking of. And actually, you should be always be praiseful of all these people, but remember, at the back of your mind, you need to thank Blender Development Fund. You need to thank it. And then comes this beautiful work by Cartesian Caramel as well. So he has come up with this geometry nodes setup where it is everything is working synergetically. So this is the right, I think this video is apt for that word, synergetically, working all the different parts of Blender together. Really thankful for coming up with this kind of words, Mr. Cartesian Caramel. So the next thing was by Alter Mesh, and he has come up with this using Unreal Engine and Blender, and this was actually passed on the social media a lot of times. You also deserve a round of applause, mister. And this one by something 3D, but this person has come up with this boom in your face output. Let me make it big. Really nice way of keeping the roofs and getting the load off of modelers. Think if the creative director comes and says, oh, I want this thing a little bit higher, you would do two things. Either you would leave the company or make sure both of his front teeth are missing from their place. And you do deserve a round of applause, mister. And yes, this thing also is very wonderfully done by Niall, and it comes up with this shape key selector add-on, which has this option, and you can just click and drag these areas and then change the shape of the sword or any other changes. And also search for shape key selector add-on on Blender Market. Really awesome video, really awesome person, Niall. I don't know if he had done something out of that, but it is there. And AGX, here he shows what are the advantages of AGX over Filmic. This is Filmic and this is AGX. This is Filmic and this is AGX. It's very near to how we would perceive it in real life. Thanks to Blender developers, they have come up with this thing, and I would like to give a round of applause for the Blender developers. Thank you very much for coming up with this thing. And then we have also this thing, this quick wrap add-on by AFX Lab. You just need to click and drag and it will just do the retopology for you. What more do you want in your life out of this? What more do you want? AFX Lab, you deserve a round of applause for it. Then we have this awesome thing by Anthony Martin. It's like something out of a Netflix series. I can't believe he got this out of Blender. And actually, after some time, he's going to show how he has done it. So nicely and beautifully done. This is the model. Like that, man. You just are the savior of Bitcoin. And then the next thing is this thing. Oh, Ian Lloyd Del Cruza. He just made this good old panel for screws right out of the box. You can just use it. And you too deserve a round of applause, mister. He just made our life simple and showed the power of Blender and custom making a tool if there is a requirement somewhere in the future. Then this was the animation by Tomansky. And this is really awesome. 80 level. I don't know whose work is this, but they showed the rigging possibilities on a skeleton on one of the most difficult part. Right. You mister, whoever has come up with this thing, and also to 80 level they have come up with this thing. Thank you very much. Let us see what is the next thing. Oh, who doesn't like a pair of rigging? Nothing else. So the kind of skinning that you could get out of Blender by Pachiko_Blender and something VRC something. So this is really awesome, man. This is really awesome. I should be keeping it full screen and making it zoomed out. Can you imagine this has been done in Blender? It seems something right out of that, I don't know the series name, but Chernobyl series. It's something out of that, like a Stranger Thing kind of. Deserve a round of applause. And this is bombastic. What has been done here, and look what is the final output over here. So I don't even know how they come up with this thing. They are just standing out there. And think of how much cost they have saved, like getting a chandelier within the set. And just to know that they have been doing this in their apartment. Kudos for coming up with the compositing, with the modeling, with the lighting, and bringing everything together. Yeah, this thing. Also a huge shout out to Super Bump. This is some kind of a add-on which is very useful in making bumps out of the surfaces. Like after applying Super Bump, this is the result before and after applying the Super Bump, and it's just bump information. Really awesome. Super bump, super bump, super bump, super bump, super bump. Deserving video of deserving applause. So it is some users from Cinema 4D might be familiar of effectors, defining the area in which the effector will affect the object. Greatly done. It's a bunch and collection of modifiers. Applause. Yeah, just see this. Let me keep it in full screen. He has opened the doors, he has increased the lightness, and he has gone in the room. Let me just fast forward it. And he has look at the power of this software. The entire thing is live, man. You're not like pre-rendering it. But of course, you must be needing a very beefy computer, but the thing is, studios can afford it. Like a bunch of people with huge financial backup can do this thing, and you can actually walk through the Blender. You just need to search for how to walk in the Blender's user interface, and it will show you. And a huge round of applause for a longer period of time, because you are shown what is the point where you get at the highest peak of the use of Blender in architecture. This is also a very nice, wonderful thing. He just created this fairy tale kind of roots. Next thing is this. I have actually found that now the transition is happening, that a lot of people are coming up with animation showing the possibility of the stretch of Blender's animation pipeline. Thanks Trust, showing what could be done. Next is this thing.
Across the universe.
I need to actually.
Unfortunately, I was not able to pay my cosmic energy bill this week, so I won't be able to use my interdimensional portal. But if you know me by now,
really funny by the end.
Will stop my pursuit of journalism. So today, I'll be using an alternative method of transportation. Some may call it outdated. I prefer the term vintage. So if you want to support my show, please like and subscribe. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Not only has he created the light, of course, modeling and texturing is there. Also the lint on the object, then lighting, beautiful lighting, animation, of course, there is animation, then beautiful scripting, beautiful staging, and at the end, a beautiful pull-off.
So if you want to support my show, please like and subscribe.
And in the end, you mister, you don't know what you have done out there. Who is this mister? Across Dimension. Terry Benson News, I read. You just stretched this software to the extreme. And he has only used Blender 3D and Blender, and haven't used any other software. How cutely it has been done. We need to thank Frame 240. Wonderful thing, wonderful thing. You receive a round of applause. It also has a beautiful sound design. This is also a very nice thing by Ren. What he has done is shown the extent of what rigging can be, what kind of rigging can be pulled out of this software. Really pulled off very nicely. This could be a thruster, this could be a claw. These are the different armatures that he has used here. Nice, nice, really nice. Oh, and this thing by Off Nodes and Noodles. Turbulent. All you need to do is use it as a material. No simulation, nothing. If you just want a flowing water, the water is not flowing over here. It is giving us the illusion that it is flowing. You can also search for flow maps on YouTube. It is also a trick they use out there. And turbulent also. So that's it for this week, guys. And one more thing, the people who work in Blender, who think in terms of Blender, who work around Blender and are interested in how to collaborate and use all the different people who work on open source softwares and make this world a very beautiful place at a very minimum cost, please check out blenderjob.com. Virtual meeting place where different people related to open source software and mostly Blender software can gather up and meet up and exchange thoughts and also get their jobs and show off your studio showcase. Just make sure to visit blenderjob.com. So until then, try to see it, explore it, understand it. Until then, I will see you in the next video.
Veda.